Boopaloop, we are live. Hi guys, welcome to Pop Culture Renegades here. I'm Migdalia, in case you don't know, aka Miggy Spicy. So today we are going to watch the new Halloween trailer. I have been looking forward to this film for a very, very long time. Um, I have been watching the Halloween series since I was 8 or 9 years old, and Halloween is in my top 5 favorite movies of all time. It was the only serial killer, villain, whatever you want to call it, that I was truly, truly afraid of. I couldn't, leave any of my doors open. I couldn't go upstairs into a dark hallway by myself. I couldn't look down at any dark corridors. I would just see him all the time. And one time I read the novelization to Halloween 4, and that was like the first time I ever had nightmares, which was like in, I don't know, fourth grade, something like that. So I hope and I have a lot of faith in Blumhouse. They really haven't disappointed me yet. Of course, I'm not that big of a fan of the Paranormal Activity films, but I did watch them and they're okay for what they are. But, for the most part, I'm not really a big supernatural horror fan in the first place, so there's a little bit of bias there. The 2007 Rob Zombie Halloween series is god awful. I hate it to my very core. It is the most offensive reboot that I've ever seen in my life. I, I just have no words. It was, I guess, if you're somebody who watches Rob Zombie films, you know what to expect. I'm not that person. I haven't seen House of a Thousand Corpses or I don't know what his other film was, but that's not me. I'm not a Rob Zombie uh, fan, really. So when this movie came out, the violence in there was crazy, even for me, even for someone who has watched horror films since she was 7 years old. I don't like. Is this gonna sound real? This is gonna sound weird, but I don't like realistic violence, if that makes sense. So I don't need to see someone's head get bashed in per se. I don't need to see gratuitous nudity or have gratuitous language or gratuitous violence. And yes, I'm a Quentin Tarantino fan, but it's different in a sort of, it's different because Quentin Tarantino is mostly, he does fantastical violence. That can seem gratuitous, but it's very different. But anyway, yeah, a lot of Rob Zombie's visuals I just did not appreciate. It made me cringe in the worst way. Um, this white trash trope that he has is got pretty tired pretty fast, and this is for someone who only went through like the first 20 minutes of the first Halloween film he did. And then I just hate when films go into so much backstory about a character that is unnecessary. So just for example, I guess a new Solo film that came out. A lot of people felt like that was unnecessary because they didn't need to know an in-depth story about Han Solo. I haven't seen the film yet, so I can't say whether or not it was necessary or not. But I'll say. But anyway, what I'm talking about is they went way too into the mythos of Michael Myers that I didn't need to explore his childhood. I didn't need to see what made him tick. That's not what made him creepy to me. It actually makes him more human and deranged. And the thing about Michael Myers in John Carpenter's original film, it was just like he had no motive until the second film and the third film. I mean, and the fourth film from what you saw, but he had no motive. He kind of picked three random teenagers for whatever reason. He was basically unstoppable. He had this creepy, emotionless face. He didn't talk. He didn't run, but he got you. He found you. So that's what I really, really loved about the film. It was very simplistic. I like simplistic horror. I like slasher films. But Rob Zombie, and then the second film, I don't know why I saw the sequel to that film of Rob Zombie's film, but I don't know what peyote he was smoking while he was directing that film. But anyway, this wasn't a Rob Zombie bitch fest. We're gonna watch the trailer to Blumhouse's Halloween, and I'm very excited for this. So let's get to it. We'll click this one. And anybody in the chat, who's in the chat? Can you hear me? I want to know if you're able to hear the video. So chime it in.
I've waited for it.
Okay, can you guys hear that? They jumped right into it, basically. Okay. Make sure. Ooh, what just happened? What in the world just happened? Hold on. Okay, I think we're back. But why am I live? Hold on. This should have went live. This should have went live. Streaming. Okay. Oh, okay, there you guys are. Sorry, Hey guys, sorry, I was looking at the wrong link. Okay. Alright, let's get to it. Let's get to this already, because I already ranted about Rob Zombie for like 5 minutes. Okay, so you guys can hear me, and... Oh, Cookie Face. I'm not Cookie Face. Yeah, Black Wing, I figured I wouldn't get that many people because of the hour. But, you know, whatever. Okay. Oh, it should test audio on something else. Cookie Face Jezzer. Alright.
Testing 1, 2, 3. We're on.
We're here to investigate a patient that killed 3 innocent teenagers on a Halloween in 1978. He was shot by his own psychiatrist and taken into custody that night. And has spent the last 40 years in captivity. Hello, Michael. I have something you might like to see.
Yikes.
Everyone in my family turns into a nutcase this time of year. Yeah, I mean, your grandmother is Laurie Strode. She was almost murdered.
Wasn't it her brother who murdered all those babysitters?
No, it was not her brother. That's something that people made up.
Do you know that I pray every night that he would escape?
What the hell did you do that for?
So I can kill him.
Ooh, freaking Linda Hamilton over here.
The bus crashed.
Mom, what bus crash?
Michael escaped.
Excuse me, somebody's in here.
Hello?
He's waited for this night. He's waited for me. I've waited for him. Get out of the room! Get inside! You don't believe in the boogeyman? He's here! Michael! You should.
Can you close the closet door?
Told you, closet doors. Oh God. That is freaky. Wow. Wow. That freaks me out. I told you guys. I told you. I always had to close my closet door because, you know, I always thought like no one could get in through the closet door. I don't know. I'm weird. Ah! I mean, you open the closet door. I thought there was gonna be like a dead body stopping the door from closing. I think the scariest part of that trailer though was when the lady was crawling on that bathroom floor. I'm sorry, that is disgusting. I'm a big germaphobe when it comes to bathrooms. But oh my God, I have goosebumps. You guys don't even know. I'm so excited. Oh, look, I got my Halloween shirt. That's how excited I am. Oh my gosh. You knew he was in the closet, Blackwing. You liar. Ah. But how she didn't see him in the closet, I don't know. I'm not gonna get into semantics, but wow. I love the what's her character? The Sarah Connor-ness of Jamie Lee Curtis's Laurie Strode over here. She's just badass. I love Jamie Lee Curtis. I'm glad she had her little comeback first with Scream Queens. She is amazing in Scream Queens. Jamie Lee Curtis is like my everything of the 80s next to Molly Ringwald. Yeah, he looks so good. So it's almost like a cross between Rob Zombie's Michael Myers look and yeah, I think they basically kind of just used, which was the only good part of Rob Zombie series, was how grungy and good Michael looked. I still do like how white his face is in John Carpenter's original film, because I think that's just scary when you just see like this mask or the whiteness of somebody's head just kind of floating in the darkness and coming in a clear view. I don't know. I think they're gonna play it off really well here, but he just looks scary. Yeah, he's so big the closet door wouldn't close. What else? What else in here? So I guess what they're doing is, all right, for spoiler alert, so the first film, Michael has no motive, like I said. He targets 3 babysitters for seemingly no reason, and then, you know, goes on a killing spree one Halloween night. The second film, Jamie Lee Curtis's character, Laurie, is transferred to a hospital, and Michael follows her. You still don't know why he's targeting this last babysitter. You think, oh, he just wants to finish his, whatever, finish them off. But in the middle of the film, you find out that Laurie is actually Michael's sister. She was a baby when the events of the first film took place. So Michael had killed his older sister. He was 9 years old, and Laurie was the youngest, and she was a baby at the time that happened. And she was put up for adoption after all that happened as well. So you found out that they were related. And then the series kind of just goes off the deep end. Halloween 3 has nothing to do with the Michael Myers lore, but it's still a good film in itself. It just needed to be retitled because it got a lot of hate because it wasn't related to Michael Myers, but it's a good film. 4 and 5 was about Michael Myers' niece, Laurie Strode's daughter. And then 6 had Ant-Man's Paul Rudd in it and had to do with her cousin or her second niece or something like that. I don't know. And then there was Halloween H2O, which Josh Hartnett was Laurie Strode's son. So this is confusing. I know. She has a daughter, she has a son, and none of these connect, and nobody meets each other, and nobody references their brother or sister or mother or anything like that. So what's going on here is that they're only taking account of the first and the second film and doing away with every other film after that. So there is no Jamie Lloyd, which was her daughter, and there is no I forgot what Josh Hartnett's character name was, but that was Halloween H2O, which I really liked. I really liked Halloween H2O, which was released on the 20th anniversary of the first film. Hey Layla, welcome, welcome. Just makes me think about Baby Driver when the dude brought Michael Myers. And that, yeah, I wonder what's up with that. I wonder the origin of the mask. It's very interesting. Again, in the first film, he got the mask by robbing a store, a Halloween store, so that was it. And then Rob Zombie's Halloween, he found it in the floorboards because he had it as a kid. Layla, were you able to check out the Halloween trailer? I hope you were, because it was so good. It was so good. When is the release date for this? Let me check real quick. Halloween release date. No, not the original one. I know when that came out. Oh, goodness gracious. 2018. 2018. Okay, so it's coming out October 19th, 2018. And guys, fun fact, it is the 40th anniversary of Halloween. So it's actually premiering 6 days before the very, very first film came out. Yeah, I mean, I really like the trailer. Like I said, after the cold open there, I got goosebumps. There still needs to be a little bit more diversity in this. Obviously, we don't have the whole scope of these films, but just the problem with horror today is the lack of diversity of people of color at the forefront, without it being dubbed like black horror or J horror or anything like that. But anyway, it really, really, other than that, it's got, so far so good. It's got the essence of the film. Blumhouse can cut a great trailer, you know, per usual, but they deliver as well. And it's not like Warner Brothers, where Warner Brothers cuts amazing trailers. Their trailers can be short films and be good, but then when it comes to the movie, it's like, Suicide Squad as a prime example. So make sure you watch this trailer. We can watch it one more time together if you guys want. I want to see if I catch something else. I just love it. I love how badass Laurie is. Let's watch it one more time.
Waited for him.
Testing 1, 2, 3. We're on.
We're here to investigate a patient that killed 3
I never want to be an
innocent
investigative
teenagers on a
reporter.
Halloween in 1978. He was shot by his own psychiatrist and taken into custody that night.
Rest in peace, Dr. Sam
And
Loomis.
spent the last 40 years in captivity. Hello, Michael. I have something you might like to see.
It's like a chessboard playground. So weird. I hope they don't show his
Everyone in my
face.
family like turns into a nutcase this time of year. Yeah, I mean, your grandmother is Laurie Strode. She was almost murdered.
Wasn't it her brother who murdered all those babysitters?
No, it was not her brother. That's something that people made up.
Do you know that I pray every night that he would escape?
What the hell did you do that for?
Okay, wait.
So I can kill him.
Hold on, sorry. Alright, I thought that guy was the guy from the first film. Never mind. I think he died.
Dad, look out!
The bus crashed.
Mom, what bus crash?
Michael escaped.
Excuse me, somebody's in here.
Hello?
That is creepy. So I don't use public restrooms.
He's waited for this night. He's waited for me. I've waited for him. Get out! Go on! Get inside! You don't believe in the boogeyman? He's here! Michael! You should.
Can you close the closet door?
Oh, goodness. Whew. Whew. Again with the goosebumps. Oh, Blackwig, don't be like that. I mean, it's different. It's definitely that open the door, close the door trope of horror films, but I mean, come on. If you're trying to close your closet door, you don't think there's a big, bulky serial killer behind it. Um, why would you open this door? You guys are crazy. So judgmental. Even though I just spent like 10 minutes bashing Rob Zombie. Because, are you guys going to watch this movie? That's what I want to know. I want to know if you want to see this movie or if you feel like you're going to be too scared. I'm going to be scared, but I hope it's more, like the 1978 film and not this kind of, I don't know how to explain it. I don't want it to be too actiony. I want it to be like, I want there to be a lot of jump scares. I want there to be a lot of atmospheric horror where nothing happens, which sounds weird, but it's all in the mystery. It's all in the music. So let's see. Directed by David Gordon Green. Which I don't know what he did. Danny McBride. What are these credits? I don't understand what they're telling me here. Are these all the executive producers or the writers? I don't know. Their credits are weird. My best friend might force me to see it because I hate scary movies. I know, it's great though. So again, this is coming out October 19th, 2018, just in time for the 40th anniversary of the film. It's going to be a celebration year for me for Halloween, the Halloween series. So we'll try to do something special for that. We're kind of thinking about ways to bring back that hashtag horror picture show. If you guys have any suggestions of movies you'd like us to cover, I kind of want to make it more of a podcast though instead of the YouTube live stream, just because horror is a community that YouTube is trying to kill. You know, pun intended. They're not nice to the horror creators. I know that when we used to do the show, we would get pinged on every little thing, even though our show was pretty PG-13. It was just the fact, if we had a horror title in there or mentioned horror in any way, it would be automatically flagged for some reason. But they let Logan Paul still stream. Okay, not going to get into that. Yeah, Jezzo, Denny McBride. I don't know if he's in it, but he is one of the writers, which was the biggest surprise out of this. But if the trailer is any indication, things are going well. I don't know if they have done any test screenings yet on this. I doubt it. They're probably just finishing up post. Blackwing says he's skipping out because he doesn't do horror. Danny McBride, the comedian, Danny McBride. I mean, comedians can get pretty dark. They do drama very well. Yeah, the bathroom death was pretty creepy. Could you imagine just someone's hand just appearing over the thing? This is why I don't use public restrooms in gas stations or convenience stores. Like, I'd rather be outside. I want to be part of those test screenings, but they're not going to take me. They don't give test screenings to press. So, yeah, that is the trailer for Halloween. I don't know what else to say. Never use those. They are filthy. I have a thing with bathrooms, even my own bathroom, even though it's clean. I think I might have watched something. There's a video where it has those like slow down motions when you like flush the toilet or when you sneeze or like the amount of germs in the bathroom, even though they say that your phone is dirtier than the toilet seat lever. I know. They have this cool thing here in Los Angeles. They call it campground horror, I think. So basically, you can pay to camp overnight in Griffith Park, and there are levels you can do as a camper. So the highest level you can do is immersive horror, where at any point during the night they will kidnap you from your tent and they will put you through so many horrific situations. Like you could be blindfolded, you could be forced to dig around some kind of unknown substance. Like it's supposed to be pretty terrifying. Hey Kat, welcome to the chat. Welcome to the chat. Um, uh, so Layla's best friend is going to drag her to see this movie. You don't have to drag me. You don't have to drag me. We'll have a support group after Blackwing. Even Blackwing, I want you to make this the horror movie that you see. I don't know if you've seen horror movies before or if you're just like, this isn't my thing ever, ever, ever. But listen, musicals weren't my thing ever, and I gave them a chance at least. Jezzer, I'd be the person thinking the killer is playing around and confronting. Yeah, Jezzer, you would be because you're a professional troll. Oh, we're getting more viewers here. We're getting more viewers. Guys, if you're just tuning in, you missed 2 viewings of the new Halloween trailer, which was pretty badass. Blackwings watched the first 2 Purge movies. The Purge. The Purge is another Blumhouse creation, and they're having the new one come out in, not July. Wait, this doesn't make any sense. Hold on. Purge. What's it called? Oh, the first Purge. First Purge release. Okay, they are. Okay, that makes sense. So the new Purge film called The First Purge is being released on July 4th, so in a few weeks now. The Purge is great as a concept film. Whether the execution is great is, you know, we have yet to see. I liked the first one. I liked the third one, which was election year. And we'll see about the first Purge. Again, the wrong direction that horror movies tend to go into is the unexplored territory. And the unexplored territory seems to be, let's explain this way too much. I don't really need to know how the first Purge commenced. I don't need the lead up to the creation of, what do they call it, the forefathers or something like that. I don't need all that backstory. All I need is what I got in the first Purge film with Ethan Hawke. That's all I needed, was that little bit of written exposition. So we'll see, because it tends to be like these prequels kills like the other films, except for Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I do like the prequels to that. That's fine. Child's Play. Child's Play is my favorite. It's my favorite, and I'm somebody who always has had teddy bears, like 50 teddy bears, and I had dolls, but I was never paranoid that my doll was going to come to life and kill me. But I love Child's Play because I love Brad Dourif. He does such a great job voicing Chucky, and I really like the new films that have just come out because it went back to the spirit of the first Child's Play, whereas the third one was pretty wacky corny. I love Bride of Chucky. Seed of Chucky went off the deep end, but is still entertaining. It just says I like indie horror films. Low budget ones are great. They are. What's a recent one? You guys have to see Your Next. Your Next kind of plays with a lot of tropes and goes against it. So you have a really badass final girl in the film. It has a nice twist at the end. If you're kind of squeamish with blood and stuff like that, you might want to keep your hands like this. But otherwise, that's a good one. Don't Breathe is fantastic. The sound design is fantastic. You need surround sound for this one. What's another one I've seen recently indie horror. I'm going to see Hereditary. I'm looking forward to that. Again, I'm not a big supernatural horror fan, so I'm not big into the paranormal activities and stuff to deal with like religious horror. I'm not big into that. It's just that it doesn't scare me. I'm not scared of ghosts. I do believe there are ghosts, but I'm not scared of them. I don't think they're a scary entity. I do believe in like demons and all of that, but you know, I don't go playing around with that, so I have no reason to be scared. I'm more scared of slashers and serial killers because they'll come out of nowhere. Um, what else? What else? Half of Purge 3. Yeah, yeah. The Purge series is okay. I do like it. I will see it. I'll see pretty much everything. I have a movie pass, so I can afford that. What else have you guys seen? But yeah, Hereditary. I'm gonna go see that. That's an A24 film. Let me see what other news has come out on our website that we can touch on. Paramount. Canceled that Heather series. There was something else I wanted to talk to you guys about. This is weird. Hold on. There's so much going on. So much going on in my life. Let's search the site. I mean, technically, Jaws is a horror film. It has horrific elements. It wouldn't be. I don't think it would be sci-fi. All right, confession here. I've never seen the entirety of Jaws. I do know of it. I do know about it, but I don't know why the shark does what it does. But if it's not part of an experiment, then it's not sci-fi either. So it's definitely horror. Let's see. Bumblebee trailer. Is that horrific? They're doing an Addams Family animated movie, which will be interesting. I do like the live action films. Oh my gosh, guys, The Walking Dead. Are you guys fans of The Walking Dead? Or have you ever watched it? Do you know of it? Because that show might be canceled next season. Not canceled. They're probably going to start ending it. Thanks, Layla. I had to take down my hair. I had to take them down the other day because I had to wash my hair. So the braids will be coming back next week. I don't know if I'm going to do probably like a mixture of black and blue or black and purple or something like that. I'm going to do something crazy. We're gearing up for E3. We're gearing up for con season. So guys, make sure you join the Twitch channel because we're going to be doing exclusive E3 coverage. Brian McKinney is coming back. Guys, I hope you didn't forget about Brian, but he is coming back to do exclusive coverage with us next week in person at E3. We're going to be hitting up the after parties. We're going to be on the floor. We're going to be in the media room, and we're going to be streaming from our Twitch and bringing exclusive content and news there and on our website, thathashtagshow.com. And we are collecting things for giveaways, so hopefully we'll see you on that channel. Know of Walking Dead. Oh, you're only 16. Okay. Yeah. I mean, girl, you can't say I'm only 16. I watch horror movies when I was 7 years old. I'm just kidding. The Walking Dead. I stopped watching The Walking Dead 2 years ago when the whole Glenn debacle happened. I was just over it. It was 7 to 8 years of the same old season. 1 and 2. 3 are good. I think it went downhill after they left the farm, and definitely after John Bernthal, who plays the Punisher, left the series. But otherwise, it's just like, ugh. And sometimes the gore is disgusting, and the show is crazy. But anyway, 2 of the biggest actors, Andrew Lincoln, who leads the show as Rick, and Lauren Cohen, who plays Maggie, who was also Martha Wayne in the DCEU films, leaving, leaving the show. Denai Guerrera, who plays Okoye in Black Panther, will probably not be far behind because her career is going to really take off. She is actually a successful playwright. She does a lot of things other than The Walking Dead, other than Black Panther. She is very, very successful in the field of writing. So I think she's going to want to explore other things. And they don't do anything with her character. And they don't utilize her. They don't really utilize anyone's acting abilities that much, except for maybe Andrew Lincoln. But sometimes I think he just pulls that out there to make it interesting for himself. The Walking Dead. Scott Gimple, the showrunner, was like, I want to take The Walking Dead to season 20. But boy, your series is falling apart now at season 9. I don't know why he thought he could make this last for years and years and years. Like it's Grey's Anatomy. That's different. They strayed so far from the comics that I don't think they can get back the momentum they had. You know, they killed key characters that they needed. Some actors left. The environment's kind of, I don't know how they're going to survive. You know, take away the storylines, take away the fact that they're big characters. A lot of the remaining actors are kind of shook by this. You know, this will ruin the morale of the set. So I'm not sure how this is going to play out. It'll be interesting. I don't think Daryl, aka Norman Reedus, will be able to carry the show by himself. I don't think so. Well, ER lasted 20 years. Let me see. ER. It's different. It's different. Police procedurals, law and order, definitely. Police procedurals, medical dramas, and procedurals can last that long. Yes. But yeah, I think you do have a point. I don't think a horror series can last that long, unless you're something like the Twilight Zone, which didn't, or Tales of the Crypt. But the reason like those shows can have longevity is because they're anthology shows. So they're little stories that can be played out. Yeah, they are dragging out the show because it is still one of the highest viewed dramas on cable television. They get mad ratings. Football season, sometimes they beat out Sunday night football viewership, which is crazy. They'll have viewers anywhere from 18 to 20 million on a good day. Now, the viewership has declined majorly over the past couple of years since, spoiler alert, it doesn't sound like you guys are going to be watching, but they killed Glenn. It just went down. It just went downhill. But downhill for that is like, I think it's 11 to 14 million, which is still incredible. It is incredible numbers for AMC cable channel to have 11 to 14 million for a show. That's nothing to balk at. But you know, advertisers, their biggest advertisers will kind of start to pull out maybe, and this news is not going to bode well for their stock at all. It's going to keep dropping. Even higher. Oh my God, Empire. We'll get to that in a minute. Yes, even higher than SVU and Empire. They're not drawing those types of ratings. They're drawing good enough ratings for network television, but in terms of television overall, The Walking Dead is definitely one of the top ones. Stop hating on Gotham. I am so sad right now. Number one, I have to catch up on season 4. I'm only 6 episodes in, and I gotta stream that somewhere, or Netflix needs to upload it. But I'm really sad it's ending next season because it really grew on me. It really grew on me. Yeah, that's when I left. I came after they killed Glenn and Abe. I came back because that happened in the mid-season finale. So I came back when they returned after their winter break, and it was just lame. It was just, that was exploitive. That was gratuitous. That was a manipulation of the audience that I didn't like. Okay, so first they do the fake out with Abe. They kill him, they deviate from the comics. So you're like, woo, Glenn is safe, great. And then he turns around and bashes Glennon. And like I said earlier, for someone who's a horror fan, I don't like realistic violence, as weird as that sounds. I don't want to watch 5 minutes of someone's head getting bashed in with a bat, accompanied by the sounds, or, the sounds that accompany that. It doesn't make me comfortable. It makes me squeamish. It makes me uncomfortable. It makes me upset. Uh, yeah, yeah. I feel really bad for Jeffrey Dean Morgan, who, fun fact, plays Thomas Wayne in the DCEU films and played Denny in Grey's Anatomy. Oh my God, heartbreak. I feel bad for him because he's getting a lot of flack for the character of Negan. And it's not his fault. If you guys know of his work, Grey's Anatomy, Supernatural, The Watchmen, etc., you know he is a fantastic actor. I don't think Negan translates well to television. That is a pure comic character. And there are a lot of comic characters like that do not translate well on film. Hello, the Inhumans. None of them translates well on film, on television. There's just something about their personalities or their characteristics that it just won't carry over. So he's too larger than life for that show because that show tries to be as grounded as possible. You don't kill off major characters, but you can do it well. You can do it in a way that won't alienate your audience, that won't piss them off. I mean, yeah, they'll get pissed off, but they won't feel like they were manipulated. Look at Game of Thrones. They kill major characters off all the time. And they don't really do it for shock value, but you are shocked that it happened. It always, always serves the purpose of the story. And killing Abe and Glenn did not serve the purpose of the story. You could have just killed Abe, to be honest. But I think Stephen Yoon wanted to leave this series anyway. So what can you do about that? They could have took it in a different way for sure. It was very horrific. I didn't like it. Big turn off. I mean, you can't kill off a major character and bring him back on something like The Walking Dead or Game of Thrones. That only works. That only works with sci-fi fantasy. It doesn't really work with dramas, unfortunately. We're not invincible. We can't do that. But I mean, we'll see. And this whole Charmed reboot mess. Any of you guys gonna watch the Charmed reboot? Because I think that might be what our podcast might be about. Because I definitely want to bring back that hashtag horror picture show, but again, I don't really want to bring it back to YouTube because they're targeting the horror community. 2, I don't want to come into an oversaturated market. 3, I want to do something kind of that's not really done. And I don't see a lot of Charm podcasts or anything like that. I don't want to say I hate reboots, but they can be done well. And I was just talking about something yesterday. 21 Jump Street is a fine example of rebooting something and it being way better than the original. What else was just rebooted? Oh man, I had a really good point yesterday about this. I have to write an article if I remember. But the Charm reboot, the whole Charm, there's so much Charm drama, especially with the original actresses on Twitter. I don't know if you guys know anything about that, but they had a Twitter fight with the creator of the reboot series. And then one of the actresses chimed in, and they're basically like, you guys can never get along. I don't got to see you guys hanging out, so that's why you're not fronting the reboot, because you guys, quote unquote, couldn't get your shit together. So those are some harsh words, but I can't say that I don't agree. I can't say I don't agree at all. Shannon Doherty and Alyssa Milano have had a feud before. You can't get those two in a room. Rose McGowan's going through her own crap right now with the whole Harvey Weinstein thing. She has repeatedly said how depressed she was to do Charmed, how her agent tricked her to sign a contract for multiple seasons, etc. She did not have a good time on that set. Holly Marie Combs, who played Piper, seems to be like the only one who's like, F you guys, this is the worst idea, da 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 da. And you see her co-stars chiming in, but it is true. If these three ladies, and they're trying to include Shannon Doherty in there for some reason, but spoiler alert, her character died. If these 4 ladies wanted to do a Charmed series together, they could have done it. Because nostalgia is in. Getting original characters to do reboot of shows and movies, that's in. So there is another reason why they didn't do the show together. You can't blame them for, recasting. You can't blame them for moving on, moving forward. Not saying that I like the idea of it or it's necessary or you're trying to say like you're trying to hit the trigger words: fierce, funny, feminist. You're just doing that, and you're capitalizing on the name of Charms, which in my opinion they shouldn't do. Just have your own show about witches. Okay, we need something like, we had Sabrina the Teenage Witch, we had Charmed, we had The Craft. That period of the late 90s was about witches. You had Willow on Buffy. Witches were really, really popular in the late 90s. They should have just renamed it something else, because the concept is completely different as well. They're trying to do this whole Book of Shadows, the mom disappearing, whatever, the adopted sister. It's not working for me. Don't play on the Charmed name. Again, it's unnecessary. Charmed was about this one family with prophesized sisters. That's what made them Charmed. It's not like Buffy where any girl could be the Slayer. There's only 3 sisters from a particular family that can be Charmed. So those are just my thoughts on that. Hey Ryan, thank you for stopping by. We're good. We are great. We're about to end the stream here. Just going on some tangents here about Rob Zombie, about the Charmed reboot. You know what, we'll probably do some kind of coverage because it seems like a lot of the fan base here is interested, and I'm going to be non-biased. I do think that Holly Marie Combs is trying to say that her show, it was about feminism, and it was about independence, and it was ahead of its time. A large part of the show was about sisterhood and their witchcraft. But let's be real. It's a product of its time. There are rarely any people of color on the show. Rarely any love interest that's a person of color. The outfits were very skimpy because they were trying to play to a specific audience. What else? A lot of it is just dated. It's just dated. A lot of the references. The thing you can go wrong on the show is having guest musical performances, because they always would book the hottest band of the day, and you cannot name those people today, which is weird. Magnum PI. Oh, let me just finish up my thoughts on Charmed real quick. So yeah. So while I don't agree with rebooting Charmed under its name, I don't agree that the original series was a quality show. I don't. I did enjoy the first 4 seasons, but I dropped off and left out after the 5th season. But I do know the entire history of the show, what happened, the quality of it. I popped in here or there. And agree with me or don't agree with me, but we'll see how this reboot does. Well, that's the point of this reboot, Leela. You can see it. They casted an Afro-Latina. They casted 2 Latinas. It's about a Latino family. I don't know if they're Mexican or Puerto Rican or whatever, Hispanic. but that's what they're trying to do. But it's too much. It's too pushing your face. So it's like 3 women, 3 minorities, feminism. They're independent. You know, it's too much. It's doing too much. I want a natural, gradual, organic kind of feeling. And it's the way they're marketing it. If they would just treat it like it's a normal show instead of trying to be like, hey, diversity and feminism right here. You know, that's just a bad marketing ploy. Magnum PI reboot. I've never, I know of a lot of things. I know of Magnum PI, what's it about? I've never seen the original series, and I didn't think the reboot was going to be successful at all. I mean, Lucas Till fronting up a TV show. Lucas Till's one of those actors to me. I've seen him in a few movies, and it's like lukewarm. And, you know, unfortunately in this business, you can be a mediocre white man and front a TV show and be given all kinds of chances. And I'm not saying that in a bitter way. I mean, I'm in this industry and it's tough, but it's just, it is what it is. I'm happy. I'm happy for it. I don't think all reboots should be fails. The Lethal Weapon reboot is pretty popular. I'm shocked about that as well. I just things that I feel close to, like if they ever rebooted Buffy, I would be pissed the F off. Okay, don't reboot that show. It's too much rebooting. Just do a continuation. You know, worlds are so big that you don't have to like recast Briggs, and you don't have to recast Buffy, and you don't have to do all that. Hey Layla, yeah, I mean, I try not to bullshit you guys. I'm not here to be anybody's mouthpiece but my own. And there is a balance between offending, and even though we're press, there is a balance between offending like these studios and such that we want to continue working with in the future, and being honest. Taken is I've never been a fan of those Taken films. Like, they just don't appeal to me. So I haven't seen that. But the show was canceled, I believe. So someone correct me if I'm wrong. But you know, I like to chat with you. I like this kind of thing. So maybe we'll try to make this a weekly series. And definitely, I just wanted to celebrate the Halloween trailer with you guys. If you haven't seen it, watch it. Rebooting cartoons. Was there a cartoon reboot? Well, I know they did the powder. I know they did the Powerpuff Girls, but I haven't heard anything more about that. The thing with them rebooting cartoons that a lot of people hate is the fact that they changed the design and the animation, because back then, of course, the 80s into the 90s, because I know SpongeBob worked off of this for a little bit, where they would draw their characters, and they would animate it with the drawings. Now it's mainly just digital. So of course the look of the characters are going to change, and a lot of those artists have unfortunately passed away. So that's what I don't like sometimes with these cartoon reboots, because the characters look so different. And then I feel so detached from it. I don't feel nostalgic. I feel detached. And I'm like, no. You know, I still watch Boomerang cartoons. You don't mess with the classics. I don't know what Ben 10 is. What's Ben 10? I feel, if this sounds very familiar, I feel like I should know it. Oh, no, I don't know that. What year did this come out? 2005. Excuse me. Yeah, the last cartoon series I was hooked on was SpongeBob. Excuse me. Sorry, guys. Yeah, they try to make a lot of money with these reboots, which again is stupid. I think it's something that I can't say it's gonna pass, because we didn't think reality TV was gonna be as big as it is now, and it consumes probably about 70% of content out there. Um, so I don't think reboots are going to go away. We're running out of original ideas. Less and less people want to take risks on original ideas, and they just want to work with existing IPs. So that's what I love about Blumhouse. I know this isn't a good example because Halloween is basically they're rebooting the franchise from the second film, which is an interesting idea. But Blumhouse, they do a lot of original content. A24, stick with studios like that. Yeah. Tom and Jerry. I mean, if they do, girl, just people download Boomerang. I have that on my Roku, and they play the old stuff. I was watching Flintstones yesterday, so that's what I was doing with my time. All right, guys, we're gonna pretty much wrap it up. This has been a fun hour. I want to try to fix my. See, the stream's going good here. What I'm trying to do is do a live stream of me playing The Sims 4. I'm doing the Sims 4 Big Brother challenge. If you guys know the Big Brother series and the rules with that, but I'm trying to do that with the DC and Marvel female supervillains. But I'm getting a lot of lag going through XSplit, so I want to try to troubleshoot that for a little bit, and then I'll probably be online later. Again, we're doing a lot of E3 coverage. It is Friday. E3 begins tomorrow. So please sign up on Twitch. We're going to try to have giveaways throughout the convention. So it begins tomorrow, but we're actually not going to be at the convention until Tuesday because they're only doing press conferences this weekend. But we will be doing some type of live stream for that, I believe, tomorrow night. We'll keep you posted on THS Hashtaggers. So again, subscribe to THS Hashtaggers, subscribe to this channel. Thank you. E3 is going to be exciting. I'm trying to find out if Quantum or Quantic Dream is going to be there. They just did the Detroit Human game. They did Heavy Rain because I am obsessed with Detroit Become Human. No, Brian's hanging with us. We are so excited to be hanging with Brian again. We have so many stories. We have so much fun. And I just hope he doesn't do a drunken face plant at the bar this time around. So yeah, again, please like and subscribe to both the Hashtag Show channel, the PCR channel, to Twitch. I know it's a lot of subscriptions. I know you might not like to do it. I didn't want to sign up for Twitch either, but it would really help us. We're one of the fastest growing entertainment websites around, guys, and it's because of you. So just be at the front of the lines for us. We love you. Thanks. Catch you later. Turn off